Protect your privacy online with the #1 rated VPN on the market, ExpressVPN, and get 3 months free when using my referral link. So what are the major points of contention within the community ever since we got the reveal trailer of the Cayo Perico Heist update is whether or not the new island is going to be accessible in free mode. And in this video I want to give my take on whether or not I think it'll be available in free mode and also why it might not be available in free mode. Now in my opinion, I think it is going to be available in free mode, but the island isn't just going to be slapped into the ocean next to Los Santos, so you'll be able to just fly there the moment you load up GTA Online on December 15th. It's more than likely going to be its own separate map and area, and you'll have to go through a loading screen to get to it. And the reason I think this is the case is, well, let's go over the obvious one first. The last gen consoles just can't handle a seamless map expansion like that. If you've seen my FPS comparison video, you know that the base Xbox One has a hard enough time just having a bunch of players in regular Los Santos. And even spawning in the aircraft carrier for the business battle hinders the performance majorly. But imagine a brand new detailed island just plopped onto the map. That would not work at all. But I could see it working with a loading screen where Los Santos is completely despawned. And the second reason why has to do with geography. The new island, from what I've heard, is based off of an island near Colombia, and that's quite a ways away from LA, so it wouldn't really make a lot of sense geographically for it to be close to Los Santos, which is of course based off of LA. Now of course it is a game and they could bend reality a bit, they already have, let's be honest. But maps are something that they usually get pretty close to reality with. As for how you would get to the island, I think there's going to be multiple ways. I think your yacht is going to be able to travel to the new island, and I've said this ever since the Summer Special update was being talked about. I posted this tweet back in August even. I think you're going to be able to speak to your yacht captain, and you're going to be able to move it to Cayo Perico. And then surrounding the new island, there's going to be multiple yacht spawn locations. I think that's going to be one of the ways to travel. In a similar fashion, the new submarine, I think it's obviously going to be able to travel to the new island. The difference between the two, however, is that the submarine will let you launch heist setup missions and prep the heist, and the yachts maybe will just let you visit the place. And the third way is a little ambitious, I will admit, but I think it would just be really awesome. Basically, if you get in an aircraft and fly way out to the ocean, it would be really sick if an alert just popped up that said, "You are now leaving Los Santos, would you like to travel to Cayo Perico?" And then if you said yes, a little cinematic flying animation would play while you load into the area. I can't see that happening as much as the first two, but how awesome would that be? And the reason I'm even mentioning this in the video is because those are 3 methods of travel that would require a loading screen without it seeming like you're actually loading though. But here's the thing, if there is free mode on this new island, it's not going to be the traditional free mode that we have in GTA Online now. It's going to be a much more simplified version of it. Think 2013, where essentially you can explore the map, get into gunfights, and do your heist setups. That's pretty much it. Think about all of the things we have in GTA Online free mode now. We have tons of properties, and the new island doesn't seem like it's going to have viable properties for us. We have VIP work, free mode events, business battles. All of those things require some sort of vehicle or object to spawn on the map, and all are designed for Los Santos. Also, something as simple as just getting a wanted level. The LSPD aren't going to be chasing after you in Colombia. It would be a massive undertaking for this new island to have these same free mode experiences that we have in Los Santos right now. And that's why I've been mentioning like AI traffic, the mechanic, personal vehicle spawns, Pegasus spawns, all that stuff is required if they want to make a free mode experience similar to what we have now. I see it as more of a relaxation area for free mode. You can explore with your friends, probably go to those dance areas that they talked about, and just mess around. And you know what? I'm okay with that, especially if the orb can't target you in Cayo Perico. However, I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared that this island is going to be used only for the heist and that's it. I still think it's unlikely that they would go through all that trouble of making an entire island full of detail only to be used in a heist mission, but people have brought up the fact that Gorma in RDR2 is an island that's only used for a few missions, and North Yankton in the GTA 5 single player is only used for a couple of missions as well. Those are both examples of Rockstar making new areas just to be used for a few missions and that's it. But here's the thing, North Yankton is not at all a complete map. If you mod it into single player, right away you'll notice the lack of detail if you head outside the areas that aren't a part of the 2 missions that take place there. And eventually you'll just fall through the map. And for Gorma's case, it does have a lot of detail, much more than North Yankton does, but there was actually evidence that Gorma was supposed to be a free mode area and you were supposed to be able to go back for $100 after the epilogue was over, but that was cut from the final version of the game. Now you could say that the new island could also have its free mode aspect cut to be a part of the next gen versions of the game later in 2021, and that does have some validity, so I really hope that's not the case. I hope they give us free mode now. Another piece of evidence that could lead someone to believe that it won't have free mode is the Rockstar Newswire itself. You would think that if you had this massive update with a new island, if you were to be able to just freely roam around it whenever you'd like, they would have made that very clear in the newswire. But they haven't said a word about it. The wording of the newswire kind of leaves you still guessing if you're going to be able to or not. It doesn't flat out say that it's only for a heist, and it doesn't flat out say that you can free mode. It's really weird. And the last thing that we're going to look at today is a post on the GTA forums from Yan2295, who has been a reputable leaker in the community for a very long time now. He posted this: "Damn, looking at the results of this poll, it seems like a lot of people will be disappointed." And the poll in question is this one asking people if they think the island is going to be accessible in free roam, and if it's going to be freely explorable. I should also say that I took this picture of the poll a day after his post, so the results could have changed since then, but people instantly took this as him saying free roam isn't going to happen, based on the fact that a majority of people voted for it being freely explorable. But Yan is very cryptic with what he says, and this post doesn't necessarily say no free mode. It says a lot of people will be disappointed. Well, a lot of people is a subjective term. A lot of people also voted for it to not be freely explorable, so that still isn't a clear answer. And that's not to say he's wrong or anything, he may very well be right in that, but in this instance, his post does not confirm that, especially knowing his history of secret and strange messaging. Anyways, to sum things up, I do think you're going to be able to free roam on Cayo Perico, albeit a much less chaotic free mode than we have now, but I really hope that Rockstar comes out and clarifies this soon, because this is a make or break kind of thing we're talking about here. If you can't free mode on the island, that is automatically going to kill the hype for a lot of people, and I think a lot of players are going to be very upset if it's only for the heist and that's it, and Rockstar has to know that. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more guide and PvP related content. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, free mode or no free mode, and also why. Also, a huge thank you to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.